Party till we fucking die. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Let's party till we fucking die. Aw, shit. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another... Am I missing something here? Oh
Just
my!
Texting his glory.
Wow! All right, so now that he's fucked the intro up. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of WarNation After Dark. As you guys can see, we got a special guest today. We got Chad from 50 Cal E-Liquids. But yeah, I mean, hey, we made it to Friday, guys. Let's go.
We did.
We did. I suppose we could start off with some buffets. You know what? Chad, you're our guest. What are you rocking tonight?
I'm pretty basic. So I got a Vandy vape, simple regulated mod.
Okay.
With simple Clapton coils. But I am actually vaping some Satisfy fruit salad tonight.
Oh, nice.
Generally, I do vape my own stuff, but when you start doing it all the time, you get that vape tongue, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Variety is the spice of life.
I know that's right.
So I like to switch it up every now and again.
But yeah, Chad, what is going on? What's up, Tyler?
Dang it.
Trying to get everything. Okay, there. Okay, I need to go tend to something over on YouTube.
Lame. A little bit better. That'll work. Fuck it.
Okay, that is going.
Yeah, normally I just use simple regulated mods, but every now and again, you know, I got the Hellhound with the Valhalla on,
Nice.
Valhalla gang up.
and then an amazing collection of mechs.
Nice.
So, but I don't generally I don't go that route that often because I chain vape. So I'll be going through batteries left and right.
That does happen. What's up, Sam? Yeah, you got Chad number 2 Benson getting all excited for that Hellhound. He's been talking about trying to find a Hellhound for a long time.
Yeah, I actually got lucky when I got that thing.
Nice.
I used to own a construction business. I went over to help this guy put up an accent wall. He was like, "You want this?" I was like, "Sure."
I can turn that down.
That's exactly what I said.
What do you got rocking tonight, Spike?
I am currently juicing up some Bradleys. I got loaded up in my Dreamer stacked Ardent RDA. I got some Bad Girl S berries. Tastes just like Swedish fish candy.
Okay.
Yeah. Aside from that, I got the Elite V3 on the Titan mod. I got some Spike specials in there. Got some Steve Marquez mummified chocolate banana strawberry cream. What else we got? Custom heavy hitter Nightmare 28. Got some Alien Stags from Garcia in there. Got some alchemy juice I had kicking around in that. And I mean, I'm just going to call my buffet there for tonight. I can keep going, but yeah.
Tonight, I have got my C4 mod operator with the USMC veteran tube. And inside of that, it is not the unknown for once. It is the Cloud RBA, which I just got the other day. Been enjoying that. And I've got some Cloud Express cookie chug. Really good cookies, fried ice cream. Then, let's see, is she charged? Almost charged. I am rocking my new to me DNA 400 Immortal Mods Voltrove 38 on top.
Nice.
Got some 5mm stags, and then got some 50 cal Janet, which is a gummy pear, just good old tasty sloppiness of flavor.
Oh, she a dirty whore.
She is. Then we've got the Hog DNA 400 Bear with the V2 Valhalla Black Ultim. And in that, I've got one of my favorites, Ramrod Cherry Cola, which is just, I mean, don't tell Chad I said this, but it's freaking delicious. And yeah, I've got those three right in front of me up and going. So that's what I got right now.
Nice. Scott Tracy, what's going on?
What's up, Scott?
What's up, yo? What's up, Scott?
What up?
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, since you're actually alive.
Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of out of it. I'm trying to freaking up first on my buffet. Pedialyte, advanced hydration. Oh, man, yeah, no, I've been under the weather all week. Woke up the other day vomiting. And this week it's only me. I'm the only one sick this week. So yeah, it's been interesting. I got in touch with my inner self this morning. And I came to the conclusion that I need to start investing in some 2-ply toilet paper. So yeah, it's been awesome. I haven't been vaping much, but yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit better today. Getting a little bit more water in me, more rest and stuff like that. But first up, I'm running some REdEFInd. Now it says 3 milligram, but I spiked it, and so I did my calculations a little bit wrong on it. So it's running at like an 8-9 milligram right now, but it's freaking amazing. Running that on a new to me C4 Fuse 21 for Mr. Sartorius, trying it out.
Nice.
So is that an AIO system?
Yes, Boro.
Okay.
There we go. There's the light. It's really freaking. I really love the shape of it. It fits perfectly in my hand. Yeah, it's perfect, man. Like for my hand size, like
It just it fits right in there so nicely.
yeah, like here's the first
status.
Titan 1 PWM. That's my hand. Like I don't have massive hands. I've got like kind of long hands a little bit. You know, they're not massive, but you know, some mods are a little tiny in my hands. Like
yes, certain things look a lot bigger in your hands.
Like a grip, you know.
What's up, Greg?
It's tiny, but this fits amazing in the hand. Like I like my pulse because the pulse is kind of girthy. It's got a little bit of thing to it. But the only thing I hate is my thumb automatically wants to go here, top of the mod, right? Where the button is not down here. It feels awkward for some reason. I don't know why. But the top button placement on here is amazing. And it's great. I love it. I've got the Voltrove in there right now. Great airflow. I've got some like 5-core 32 gauge stags or something like that in here right now. Ooh. It's at a 0.38 at 45 watts. And it's man, it's hard to put down, to be honest. I'm really freaking liking it. That's first up on the buffet. Second, I'm running the Comp Life Vortex.
That's trippy.
Right?
That's trippy.
When I first got it, I did a couple pics on it, and so you can see the reflection off of things. So I was going to try to like get me with my camera and the reflection so you could see it.
Nice.
Like, you know, all the way up and down. But yeah, it's super nice. This is actually very, very comfy in the hand. And this one, I'm running some NI90 Alien Comp Stag in there with some super tasty, almost done bottle of Frosted Flakes from TG, Top Guy. Running the NLPWM JD Mods LiPo with the Voltro 38 with 6mm interlocking Fralians in here. And I've got it at 315 watts right now. It's super fucking tasty. Old recipe, Sad Boy butter cookie and that. And then I'm running the Custom Viking from Immortal with Comp Life 24 Battle Deck. I wouldn't know what the actual, I don't know what the build is. All I know is the SSFC variant, but it's 3 pieces of staggered round wire and then 6 pieces of NI ribbon. 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and then fuse clapped in. You're not gonna be able to see that, anyways. But on that one, I'm running some Blackberry Jam Monster.
Nice.
And yeah, that's it. That's all I'm running right now.
Very nice. All right, so we got Greg popping in. We got Mike, and Juan is home for the weekend. Very cool. So yeah, as you guys can see, we have Sergeant Juice in the house. I'm sure you guys have heard us all talking about 50 cal e-liquid the last couple live streams, and I've known Chad for quite a while, going on a couple years now. We met in a kind of a military themed vape group that was for, you know, current members and vets, and, you know, spouses and stuff. But just at the time, a really pretty active group. And man, guys kept posting this 50 cal stuff, and you know, his bottles were so intriguing to me, and loved the logo, thought it was super cool. Like this one here is Blue Falcon, and Blue Falcon in the military is a term that we use instead of saying buddy fucker. So right there, the naming of the juices got me very intrigued. And then looking into the menu, you know, the flavor profiles sounded super tasty. And after a little bit of debate, because I know I hate trying new liquid and not liking it, got some, and it was freaking delicious. And he does 60 ml bottles. Ran through my first 60 ml, and I was still getting good flavor and everything. And I was like, all right, let's re-wick it. So I popped off my RDA cap, and I looked at my coils, and I was like, I can still tell these are alien coils. And I was like, holy cow, my cotton still looks like cotton. Like it's not black or caked up with stuff. And I can't remember if it was at that point in time, but around that time, I messaged Chad, and I was like, bro, I said, what's up with this juice? And he was like, well, what do you mean? Like, it's not good? And I was like, no, it's freaking delicious. But my coils and my cotton still look fine. And he laughed, and he was like, "No, I don't use sweetener." And I was like, "Bullshit, you don't use sweetener. Like this is like some of like the most flavorful juice I've had." And he was like, "No," he was like, "Seriously, like less than 1% in my recipes." And I was like, "Well, all right." So I've like I said, we've known each other for a little while. I've been getting juice from him for a little while. And Chad's just an all around good guy. He and I have, you know, talked and become buddies. You know, BS'd a good bit. You know, at any time you get a chance to support a fellow vet, or active duty, you know, like C4 mods, their Air Force, one of the guys, Frank's Navy, me being Marine Corps, I like supporting the brothers. And yeah, so that's my kind of crash course introduction to Chad and 50 cal. And like I said, the one group that we met in kind of died down. You know, with all the changing and stuff for vaping and, you know, all the, you know, new BS getting passed, a lot of groups and communities and, you know, companies and stuff have come and gone. Chad's still around. It is not bathtub juice. I've got nothing against DIY guys. You know, you just never know what you're getting into with that. You hope it's done the best. But Chad stuff is lab made in Texas. He was living in Texas, but now he's East Coast, Best Coast.
Settle down. You take
So,
about 20% off of that.
I guess, Chad, if you want to do a more formal introduction of yourself, if you want to spit a little 50 cal trivia, knowledge, history, you know, what got you into it, what, you know, do you like 2 fingers in the butt? Do you like the pinky? You know, whatever you're into. But
Man, one in the pink, one in the stink, bro. Let's
there
go.
you go. But yeah, man, just you know, let everybody know who you are, what you're into, what got you into it. And we'll let you have the floor. And if anybody pops up with any questions, I don't know if you can see chat the best, but Spike and us, we can see it from Facebook and YouTube side.
Yep.
So yeah, man, have at it, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, you said it pretty much right. Just to fill in the gaps, I started making juice in 2014, and that was the time I quit smoking cigarettes. So, but if people remember who vape, you know, for a long, you know, almost 10 years now, it was at like $1 a mil. So a 30 mil was like $30. And I was like, to hell with this shit. So I just started fucking around with different combinations, and then started finding some stuff that worked. And then following the traditional manufacturers, you know, originally it was loaded with sugar. But one of the things that I did, which was kind of unique, is I would take samples and send it to Afghanistan to my dudes that were out there, so I can get their feedback. And one of the biggest problems they had was coils were junking up. So I decided I was going to bring the sweetener down, bring the flavor up, and then find it took a while. It took about 1.5 years to actually get the chemistry right to where I can get full flavor with minimal impact to coils, and then send it back out there again. And then all of them loved it. They didn't, you know, they didn't have any issues with it. Because, you know, one of the biggest issues of being out in an environment like that is sand.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want to have to sit here and have to swap your coils every 5 or 6 days, especially on, you know, a lot of guys had like smock, you know, tanks, you know, screw-in coils. So
Yeah, all the pre-built.
yeah, you don't want to have to mess with that stuff every 3 or 4 days. But once I got that combination right, these guys were going 2, 3 weeks without having to swap out coils. So then from there, I just started pushing it a little bit more, but on the DIY side. And then I want to say it was about 2018, about 2018. I took a huge leap into the legit format. Hooked up with a lab, got it squared away, and then back then is when they had conventions and whatnot. I went to a convention, and then it just went boom. So everything was great, and then obviously, like you said, when the laws changed, everything changed.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, now I keep a low profile. You know, I'm good, man. So, you know, holla at me. That's kind of how I am. I'm not looking to quote unquote make my mark in this industry like a lot of other folks. I'm just trying to provide a quality product that people can enjoy, you know.
And I will say at $12 a bottle, you know, you can't go anywhere in North Carolina and get a 60 mil for $12. You know, so price
I don't think you can go anywhere. Shit, where I'm at, this freaking $20 to $24 for the 60 mil. It blows my mind.
Yeah, most 60 mils around here are upper 20s, and then 30 mils your upper 30s for or 100 mil is over $35.
Yeah.
Shit, if I walk down to the shop just down the street here, a 60 mil will cost between $30 and $35.
That's Canadian. That's not freedom dollars.
Yeah, well, it'd be about $2 your guys' money.
I was
What's up,
waiting on
Chris? But
That's-
yeah, it's crazy up here.
What do y'all call them out there? Loonies and toonies?
Yeah. Yup.
Yeah, man. I figured my from a business perspective, but even from not being a cop, you know what I mean? I mean, there was really no point in raising prices because, truth be told, manufacturing costs haven't really gone up across the industry,
Yeah.
So, but it's more politics. So, I mean, I get it. Shops have to charge what they got to charge. They got rent they got to pay. They got overhead. They've got utilities and shit. So I understand that.
Right.
But it's coming straight from manufacturers. I didn't feel comfortable jacking my costs up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just figured just keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So, what are you two boys building tonight?
I am finishing up some N995 core stags.
Nice.
They've been sitting on my lathe for like 4 days.
I had a guy message me about he likes the Bradley coils that we do, but he likes them at 3.5 millimeters and 9 wraps. So messaged me yesterday asking if he could get some more of the 9 wraps, and then he asked me for some 4-core aliens, and
Right.
I was like, yeah, man, I should be able to get on them Thursday evening, night, finish them up today and get them shipped out. Well, I had a doctor appointment today for the old heart piece, which is kind of important, and I thought I was just getting an EKG in and out in 5 minutes. No, I was there for like hours. They took like 100 pictures of my heart. So if I die randomly in the middle of the stream, someone just starts shouting Ashley or
Cheetos?
But and
Seriously?
I know I briefly last live stream talked about doing the charity waffle for my daughter. We got baby.
Yeah. I wanted to say hi to everybody. Well, I
Daddy
said
duty.
that she knows.
Hey,
that I'm
Chad,
doing this
you
out here.
and Alex's kids could wrestle.
How old?
She is 10 months. Oh, no.
Okay.
Almost 11 months.
And mine's 5 months. She's upstairs sleeping right now.
I think we should do a baby fight. Yeah,
Bro,
down?
I
You
don't
down?
know, I don't know what the hell I was thinking having a kid at 42 years old.
you weren't
Yeah. I'm 39.
One.
I've had
Are-
to accept that I'm going to be that old guy at the high school graduation.
Oh, yeah.
One, are you talking about ordering some 50 cal liquid?
You messaged the sergeant right there.
And then Sam says, I've heard about the energy drink one you have. I'd love to try it out.
No.
Yeah, Rip It is really good.
So here, a lot of people ask about Rip It specifically. So if you go to, I think it's either Dollar General or Dollar Tree, they carry an energy drink called Rip It, and Rip Its are huge in the military community. So that's exactly where that flavor came from. It is the orange Rip It.
That's what it tastes like. It tastes like the Orange. It literally tastes like an orange energy drink.
It's really good.
Chad, best way to place an order is message you directly.
Yeah, just shoot me a holler.
Okay. Juan, I
having-
am sending you a link for Chad.
I've been having
There you go.
issues with the 50 cal page. I got to figure that piece of shit out. But I'm here shortly. I'm going to make some changes to that page to make it a little bit easier for people to make contact and all that good stuff.
Heck yeah. Sam, and I tell quite a few people that if they're not happy with certain flavors, I have no problem buying them off of them because there's 50 cal. They're my least favorite flavor that Chad does is Bellows.
No, Desert Queen.
Bellows and Desert Queen are the only two that if I run out of, I'm okay to run out of. But there's still time. It's like I still have Bellows in my drawer, in my juice drawer down here. But like it's not that they're bad. It's just like it's okay. Like every now and then I'll get a wild hair and I'll get some Bellows and get some Desert Queen out and then I'll vape them up. But no, they're phenomenal flavors. They're very true to the flavor profiles. Also, I don't think I've had many people that have gotten, rip it and been like, oh, I don't get that energy drink taste to it. Like everything seems to be pretty spot on. And here again, sending people, same thing. So, but
It's a no.
you share links.
I'm not too worried about Facebook side. It's YouTube I'm worried about.
Yeah, you're gonna get fired.
I just pulled it.
But for the charity waffle, I was a complete idiot the other night, and May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. So Mr. Juan himself sent me a giant box of goodies.
What's up, Julius?
What's up, Julius? We got RDAs. We got like a smoke starter kit. We got I got RDAs. I got mods. I got RTAs. Some stuff's used. Some stuff's brand new. I think there's like a Pulse 0.5 in there. So, and then I've reached out to a few people about donating. Sending in some stuff. So if anybody has any anything that they think might do well, so getting super excited about the charity waffle. 2 years ago, we raised about $15,000 for cancer research through lemonade stands, and we had quite a few across the states. So we're doing lemonade stand again here in town in North Carolina, and we're also going to be doing some Delia Brave t-shirts again. So if anybody would be interested in that, let me know. And here again, it's all for cancer research. We're not, none of the money from the waffle, it's all going to research. I'm hoping to have a few Boro goodies. I might grab one of my mechs that's in good shape and not dirty and stuff that we could throw up. But hoping to raise a good bit of money. And so my wife on Delia's Facebook page, we're going to, ask people if they want to donate. But whatever we raise with the WarNation waffle, I'm basically going to donate that. We'll probably let it run for a week or two. Beginning of May, we'll start it, let it run for a week or two, or until it slows down. This is in May. Yes, so May, Sam, is Brain Cancer Awareness, and like I was saying, I've wanted to do especially with doing, some more waffles in the group recently, I want to do like a big charity waffle. But like I said, everything will go towards, my daughter has a very rare genetic mutation called ALK positive, ALK positive. And that type of cancer has very little research funding. And then specifically pediatric cancer has very little research funding. So 2 years ago, we donated, like I said, it was like $13,000 that we raised in 2 weekends. So long story short, I'm getting stuff in, wants a big box. I'm working on getting some more stuff.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Will be interested in that. Yeah, so that should be super cool. Got some good stuff lined up for that. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. With all that Alex just said, I am going to drop the link for Delia's Facebook page. So if anyone wants to go check that out, go over there, show her some support. I'm sure they would appreciate that. And then I'm going to put it over on YouTube too, because I know that one will be okay. Mike, how you been? You got my cousin in the chat.
what's up, cousin?
Yeah.
So, Chad, what was the first flavor that you came up with?
Charms.
Charms are so good.
Charms, man. Anybody who had an MRE back in the late 90s and early 2000s know exactly what that candy is.
Yep.
Yes. Started with Charms, then went to Bellows, and then went to Camo, and then Desert Queen was that was the first batch, the first 4. And then I waited about 2.5, 3 years before I dropped Care Package, Ramrod, Rip It, and Blue Falcon.
Dude, Charms, Care Package, and Ramrod. I swear all 3 of those have crack in them. That's ridiculous. My last order that I got, like within the first few days, I think I slammed like 3 bottles in like 2 days. 2 Ramrods and a Care Package. And like after that, I was like, I may have a problem.
I did slam those Ramrods
because I went through it way too fast. Same thing with my wife. She got, what did you have? Ramrod? You killed like almost a whole 60 mil in one day. I can't remember which one it was.
Was she drinking it?
She loves it too, dude. Like she was just slamming it.
Yeah, Ramrod has a way of taking your soul.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. I got so happy the other day because I found a bottle. I was like, oh, I'm gonna savor this.
Yeah, I think you were in the video call with us when you found it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember
all your bottles, and you were like, "Oh my gosh!"
That the day that I dropped Ramrod, I remember very well because I gave a couple bottles away to a bunch of friends. I guess I don't know what you would call them, groupies, I guess. And then probably within the next three hours, I was sold out. I had to order another batch.
Holy cow!
It was flying. I was like, oh, okay, that works.
And I will say, Ramrod on the Valhalla at 360 watts was not bad the other night.
All right, Mike, have a good one, 8.
Dude, Ramrod is good like at any wattage. I've done it high wattage series, single cell, like low ohms, even in parallel, low ohms, boros, anything, man. Anything I throw Ramrod in, it's phenomenal.
Oh, I gotta know. I've been wanting to ask this question for you for a while. What is your best seller, you would say?
Ramrod.
Yeah. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Ramrod is first. Charms is a very close second.
You can't have that.
And then care package and Rip It is starting to creep up.
Ooh.
But it
Care
goes in
package is so good.
it goes in phases though. So like normally during the winter, I sell a lot of bellows because a lot of people are doing cream based. You know, they're used to eating desserts and shit like that. You know, but when spring comes around, care package and charms, they take off, and then when it hits summertime, it's like Ramrod is the number one vice of everybody because you know it's like drinking a freaking cherry Coke.
Dude, I think one order I did nothing but like 6 bottles of Ramrod. Like,
It was
it's
9.
that good. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, I got like 3 or 4. No, you got 17. Don't lie.
Dude, it's that good. Like Ramrod is my favorite flavor of all time. Like it's that flavor that I can vape all day, nonstop, and I have to stop myself from vaping so much, and I'll jump to other stuff because it's like I don't want to run out. Like I don't want it to go bad. I don't want to get tired of it.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm really picky on drink flavors. Like I used to just never do drink flavors because man, I forgot what I tried. I think I had tried like some lemonade tea flavor from some big name, and it was just terrible. And it was like a $35 bottle, and I was just like, great. Didn't know anybody else that vaped around me. I was like, well, this sucks. And then, like I said, hearing people talk about 50 cal in my military group, I was like, all right, whatever, $12, it's not bad. I was like, if I get enough bottles, I get free shipping. I was like, okay, all right, let's try it. And I think I got like one of everything that he had to offer. And I put off Ramrod to the very end, and it was like that and Rip It. And then finally I got into Ramrod, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it was just instant mouthgasm. It was freaking delicious.
And that's when I found out about 50 cal, was when you tasted Ramrod. You're like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I think the only other drink flavor one that I have is Kathy. So Kathy, if you're from the West Coast, California specific, they have a drink called Cali Cooler, and it mimics that. So other than that, I mean, I always try to stay away from drink flavors just because they're so hard to get it right. Because if it's, which a lot of y'all probably had drink flavors before, and they taste flat, like flat soda.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns you off.
Syrup flavor.
Yeah. So, but once I found the right combination, I was like, oh, okay, because it does have that fizziness, that carbonated kind of flavor. Not necessarily the bubbling part, but it feels like it in the mouth, like it's fizzing almost. So
what I get from it, it's like, okay, down here in Texas, we have a thing called shaved ice. I'm not sure. I've never really seen it in other states. But if you're Hispanic, it's a raspa. And if you're white, it's a snow cone. But it's not quite like a snow cone. It's not
about
like...
What do you call it, chamoy?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fucking disgusting, bro.
Give me a mango nada raspa. Ooh, I'll go balls deep and go and put on my OnlyFans. My wife's still there.
And that's when she found out about your OnlyFans.
We'll put the link below.
Hey, the premium VIP tier is where it's at.
But that's what it tastes like. Like if you get a cherry Coke shaved ice from down here, it's saturated in juice, and it's like you get that like mouthfeel kind of when you vape Ramrod. Like it has no cooling in it, but you still kind of get that like weird mouthfeel from it. It's fucking amazing. That's the best way I can explain it.
See, ever since I found out about 50 cal and I looked at the flavor list, I hear you guys talking about the Ramrod, and I mean, me personally, I'm like, I don't know if that. I don't know. Y'all are hyping it right up on me. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sending you a bottle regardless, so you're gonna put it in your mouth and enjoy it.
Yep.
Is that like the dirty cousin to stick that in your pipe and smoke it?
I mean,
Just stick it in your mouth and enjoy it?
Yeah.
You know what? We're really talking a lot. I'm about to wake some up.
I don't know. I mean,
Ramrod right now.
I don't know. I gotta try these one day.
They're coming.
Cherry cola. Yes, Juan, you heard that right.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. One.
And if anybody is curious to take a peek at a flavor list for 50 cal, there is a pinned post in the WarNation group on Facebook.
Yes.
So be sure to go check that out.
Yeah, Ramrod is one of the only ones that I have on ice too. That one, and that one tastes like the frozen joints that you get in the movie theaters.
Nice.
So when you were doing like you said, you started off, DIYing at first. How long, like, did you spend tweaking the flavors to where you were happy with it?
Years.
Really?
Years. So Charms took me 8 months to get right. Bellows took me 15 months to get right. Desert Queen took me like 3 weeks. I don't know. I that one's on accident. I don't know how I got that right. But that one.
Hey, sometimes it's the accidents that are the bangers.
And then
Happy accidents.
And Camo took me about a year and a half to get right because it's high citrus. So the last thing you want is to, just vape straight citrus with no flavor. You know what I mean? So that one took a while. And then, like I said, I played with those for a couple of years, getting feedback. Because the way I used to test back in the day is I would run them on multiple devices, RDAs, RVAs, tanks, drippers. I mean, anything I could get my hands on, I would test it on there just to see how the flavor changes based off of pre-built coils, clappings, single wire. And back then, the coil game wasn't what it is now. So I didn't have, it was just a matter of time figuring out the happy medium.
Right.
And then once I got it, and then I was getting good feedback from my guy.
Oh crap!
I was like, perfect. And then that was kind of what made me decide to go quote unquote legit, is because all my DIYers, I mean, I was doing 5-gallon buckets and going through 5-gallon buckets every month and a half, give or take.
No, my juice.
It was crazy. So I was like, this is doing pretty good. And my wife, she was like, you might want to do the right thing. So I was like, all right. So I went and, got hooked up with a lab and got everything squared away. That way it's clean.
Yeah.
And at the time when I was in San Antonio, I mean, it was doing all right. I was pleasantly surprised. But then, like I said, when that whole that vape scare, I mean, that pretty much shitted on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then even now the fight against disposables, that's what's murking everything. So
seriously, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Care Package, Ramrod, Rip It, and Blue Falcon. Now, Blue Falcon I had for 5 years before I released it. I was just
because I remember when you were telling me about it, you had said it was something you had for a while, and you were just waiting basically.
Yeah, because the original plan, because back in the day it was all about a theme, with juice. That was the gimmick, right? So Bellows, Charms, Desert Queen, and Camo, that was the first enlistment. You know what I mean? And then Care Package, Ramrod, Ripped It, and Blue Falcon were supposed to be the re-up, the second enlistment.
Okay.
But at the time, I released those right when all the laws were changing, so I wanted to make sure I got them in. That way, they were grandfathered into the system. So I was gonna have this go to convention, have a release party, and all that, and then it just went to shit.
Fast too.
Real fast. So, but I mean, like I said, I've kept my contacts. People still, give me a call and all that good stuff. And I'm just trying to be here for. I care more about. I don't want to say the little people, but normal folks. You know what I'm saying? That's my concern. Normal folks.
Mhm.
I'm not too worried about corporate. On any given day, this new juice comes out and it's a banger for 3.5 months and then it disappears.
Mhm.
So I think what was it back in? I can remember what was it called? Fuck ISIS. When that came out, everybody was shitting in their hand to get a hold of a bottle of that, and then it just did great and dissipated, and then it didn't, hasn't come back and whatnot. And I just figured, me and Alice were talking, keep it simple, stupid. That's kind of how, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So.
I still
Yeah,
remember I went to, I'm right by Camp Lejeune where I live now, just south, about 45 minutes. And I forget what I was doing, but someone was vaping, and I was like, that smells pretty good. And you're talking about a guy, like, I used to make fun of my neighbor for vaping as I was smoking my American Spirit cigarettes.
Ew.
And, dude, American Spirit's was life. And I did the healthy cigarettes because they were organic tobacco with no additives. So I was healthily killing my lungs, right? So I was probably been vaping maybe a year or so. And someone, I was like, what is that? And the guy was like, hey, check this out. And he pulled out the bottle, and it was the fuck ISIS. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. I was like, where did you get that? And he's like, well, the only place I found it around here, and we're right on the coast, so there's a lot of like you drive a little bit, you head towards the beach, and there's like the beach town stuff. And he was like, well, it's at one of the vape shops down by the beach. And I was like, all right, let's go. So the wife and I were up in the Sneeds Ferry, Surf City area, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, babe!" I was like, "I think this is that shop." So I pulled into the parking lot and I went inside, and I was like, "Yo, do y'all have any of this stuff?" Like, I don't even. She's like, "Oh, the F-Star ISIS," and I was like, "That's the stuff." And this was like 4 years ago, maybe 5. But a bottle of that at that shop was almost $40 for 100 mil.
Good
And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I can maybe buy this like once a year. Like this is freaking expensive. This isn't the time where, like, for me, I could get 100 mil of Jam Monster for, I think, under $30 maybe. Like Jam Monster for me down here was like cheap 100 mils. And I want to say it was like high 20s, under $30. And I came out of the store with the bottle of the fuck ISIS juice, and the wife was like, "How much was that?" And I was like, "Don't ask." And she's like, "No, seriously, how much was it?" And I was like, "Well, after tax, it was over $40." And she was like, "Holy Christmas!" And I was like, "It's good stuff." But yeah, like you were saying, it went away pretty quick. Like I figured, especially in our area, like even like me living, 45 minutes from the Marine bases, like you still have a lot of people that'll live down in this area and they'll just commute up to base. We've got a pretty good school district, and anybody that knows anything about military towns is they're kind of a cesspool for degenerates and strip clubs. Not the best place to raise a family. When little Carter's looking at me, "Daddy, why is there a stripper pole? How do you know what a stripper pole is?" Just military towns kind of suck, at least out here. But yeah, like I was surprised that more shops didn't carry it. And then I think I went back a couple months later, and they were like, "Nah, we don't have it anymore." And I was just like, "Well, shit! Like there goes that idea." But it was good stuff. I forget what flavor it was. And then they had, I think they had a fuck cancer flavor
Yep.
too. That was like a strawberry or something. It was like a pink bottle,
Mm-hmm.
and they came with the little bracelets because I had the fuck cancer thing around. I had a Civic Si, and you know I put that little rubber band bracelet around my 6-speed shifter area, and I thought I was the coolest kid in the world. Kid, you know, I was fucking 80 years old, but I thought I was super cool having that little bracelet around there. Yeah, that was good stuff, man. I really liked it, but I just couldn't justify spending, you know, over $40 for a freaking bottle of juice. I got limits when it comes to juice, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the game has definitely changed. I'll tell you that much.
It really has. I caught wind of another Facebook group that will engage in drama, and they were, you know, kind of calling out some of these shady DIY guys. And I was watching the replay of the video today, and I was just sitting there. They were talking about this dude making like, I think like $1,300 in sales in one night, and they were like, "Do you realize that cost him, you know, this much?" And I was just like, "Good lord, like these dudes were killing it." But nah, man, it definitely has changed. I'd always wanted so badly to go to an expo, and now it's all, you know, freaking Delta 8, freaking CBD expos with like a little corner for vape stuff. You know, it's crazy. It's all about the big money, though, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in the vape industry tries to keep a low profile now.
Yeah, and it's a shame that, you know, we're so caught up in all the. I don't think. I mean, to me, it all boils down to, you know, big tobacco money and the lobbyists for cigarettes and smoking and stuff like that. You know, they have the money to throw to where you can sway and change policy and stuff like that. And I could be a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist on this, but you know, that's what I think. I think a lot of this stuff has stemmed from tobacco companies and then pushing back, because you're literally taking away their customers when you get someone to vape. But yeah, I mean, gosh, you used to walk into the vape shops here in town, and there was no disposables. Like they wouldn't even carry Juuls or anything that was, you know, over 6 or 9 milligram. And my wife, unfortunately, still smokes. I've tried hard to get her to vape, but she just doesn't like it. And she was like, "Hey, see if you can get me a menthol flavored disposable." So I went up and went into the vape shop, and I was like, "Y'all have any disposables?" And they were like, "Yup," and they pointed, and it was just wall of disposables. Like there was more disposable variety than e-liquid variety. And I was just like, holy cow, this is insane. And you know, we probably have like 3 or 4, you know, smoke vape shops here in town where you can go in and buy cigarettes or vape, which they never used to be around. We used to have, you know, 2 or 3 vape shops in town. Now there's 1 vape shop in town. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I remember before, you couldn't throw a rock without hitting 3 freaking vape shops. They'd be side by side,
And all packed out too.
Yeah, it'd be smoke out. You open the door, man, clouds be coming out the door.
Yeah, and like, man, I used to love like going in and like they'd have like their sample bars and like they had like 0 milligram stuff laid out. You could walk in and, you know, try it, and they had like a, you know, drawer of like disposable drip tips.
Yep.
Like little like, you know, drip tip condom type things that they'd put on. And like I've gone up one time to the local shop, And the guy was like, yeah, I just got up with this guy that's here in North Carolina and he gave me, all his flavors and zero for everybody to try out and super good stuff. And, a couple months later I went back in and it was all done.
Up here when we had the flavor bar, like the sample bars, that's what they would give us, a little silicone 510.
Yeah.
I guess that's my vintage memories of how the vape scene used to be.
Yeah, last time I saw a flavor bar like that was the old when clock mods weren't really out. It was everybody was using like the egos.
Yeah.
Or like the ego twist, and so like they had like the thing, and you take it, put it on the little thing, put the little silicone on top, and
yeah,
taste it.
So I almost just fried my lips there.
Oof, you need to simmer.
I tried to hit it like oops. Okay, there we go. Yes, I did, Sam. I almost kissed the coils. Would not be the first time, though. Probably won't be the last.
And then I did want to touch base. So going forward, if we're not doing another liquid waffle like I did the Cloud Express stuff, it's like if we're doing hardware, if we're doing RDAs, RTAs, mods, whatever. I had talked to Chad, and he has green lighted me. I'm gonna kind of order waffle supply of 50 cal liquid from him. A couple bottles of each flavor. So going forward, when people win waffles, you'll be able to pick a flavor of his to try out, included in the waffle. Just trying to get the juice out there, get people to try it, see if they like it. You're not having to worry about spending, a whole bunch of money. You're getting a spot in the waffle, and basically, if you win, you're getting a free bottle of juice. So I thought that would be pretty cool and a good way to try and get you guys to try some of the flavors, and then hopefully, get some buzz going around it, and then do another waffle for the whole line, or hey, pick 3-4 bottles, kind of like with the Cloud Express waffle. You buy a spot, and if you win, I did 5 bottles of Cloud Express, which Mike, I don't know if Mike's in here. Mike ended up winning that tonight. Super cool. But yeah, I know how it is. You don't want to waste money on juice. Not sure if you're going to like it or not. I know Chad and Chat's tried it. Mike, who I'm not sure if he's here or not, has tried it. Alex and I have both tried it. We got quite a few people that have tried it and really, really like it.
I've been vaping it for 3 years.
Yeah, it was back in the Immortal.
4 years. Yeah, I mean, it was when we were still doing Team Immortal. Before the huge waffle for Ryan. Like before then.
And
I remember when Immortal used to carry it in their shops.
Oh, in Florida they did?
Yeah. Right before all the madness happened.
Well, and that's like, I had gotten you in that one shop up in Jacksonville too, but you said he didn't end up doing a whole lot with you, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, it was a difficult time. I mean,
oh yeah, it was right when things were kicking off, I think.
Yeah, I mean, when that happened, people were so terrified they stopped, they just stopped going to shops. So, a lot that's what caused a lot of shops to disappear. There was just no business.
Yeah.
I mean? I was very fortunate. for me. If anybody's in the San Antonio area, go check out Hayes Vapory off of Bandera. They were the ones over there that gave me my first shot, and they've been rocking with me ever since I started. So they survived the madness, and really good people in there. Go check them out and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, when that happened, man, it was like, you call a sales rep over in a shop, and all of a sudden the line's disconnected. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, all you can do is just either close up shop or try to ride out the storm. And
that's the biggest thing too, is the word of mouth. That's what I always tell people about, like the coil game. And, I'm sure it's the same being a smaller juice company. Like, unless you've got the money to spend on marketing, which, now isn't very existent these days.
Yeah.
But, like back in the days of vape expos, I'm sure it wasn't cheap to get into a vape expo. Mm-hmm. And then if you do get into one, you've got to figure like, well, hey, am I going to give deals? Am I going to let stuff go for, my cost? What am I going to give away? What am I going to try and say? And I'm sure there's a lot, of kind of strategizing that goes into that when they were, more prevalent. But, and yeah, I remember seeing like the NVE up in Connecticut. And man, it was like 10 grand to try and get into the vape show for the weekend or something crazy like that. Granted, it was a huge show. Maybe it wasn't. It was. I want to say at least $1,000. Like it was. I was surprised at how expensive it was as a company to get in.
Oh yeah.
In a booth.
Yeah, my first convention. Well, my only convention. Let me rephrase that. It was like I think they wanted like 1,500, but the guys at Hayes Vapory knew them, so they were able to give me in. I think it cost me like $1,000 for a 6-foot table.
Jeez.
For a 6-foot table. So there was that. And then, obviously the product. I want to make sure I had full stack product while I was there, because some you got to give away because shops come and they ask for samples, which is cool.
Oh, sure.
So I think when it was all said and done, I think I had dropped almost, I want to say close to between 7 and 8K.
Jeez.
For the 3 days. Now, mind you, I sold a lot of bottles too, but I mean, definitely not enough to recoup. But it was all about getting the name,
the brand out there,
the brand, the whole nine. So
you gotta get the exposure somehow.
Yeah, but I mean, once and that helped out, but when everything crashed on us and whatnot, but like you said, the word of mouth, and a lot of it for me is the military community.
Yep.
So like I did 20 years. I've been to 6 bases. So that's when, you start reaching out, throwing some feelers out there to whoever, whenever, however.
Yep.
And then let it go from there. So, I mean, that's I don't want to say that's how I survived, but I mean, more than anything, the true story behind my survival is that I'm such a small company. I don't have to worry about shareholders or freaking owing banks tens of thousands of dollars for from past loans and whatnot. So I've just been able to sit back and ride the wave, and hopefully the wave comes back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sometimes being small isn't a bad thing, especially when you don't have to worry about employees, and that was the one thing when Alex and I teamed up, we were, extremely upfront, like, hey, if you get coils, it's from me or him. We didn't try and hide the fact that there was the two of us, and we were, we both use the same wire, we both build to the same specs. If you get an F-bomb from me or an F-bomb from Texas, it's the same thing, and if anything, like I do not pay any bills with making coils. It basically allows me to buy 50 cal, Top Gun, some of these, smaller guys that I like, and I can get new devices. Like I sold a couple sets of coils, got a Valhalla RDA for me, got one in the box here for Tex. It's kind of it's my vape budget money. Gosh, I don't even I probably couldn't have even. Well, I mean, I've bought some stupid stuff with coil money, but stupid vape stuff. But in any given month, I could not be like, hey, I'm paying the cell phone bill every month with coil money, because some months are good, some months are bad. So it's and you run into a lot of people that like, oh, you have a vape business, and it's like, well, if you want to call it that, sure. I make coils and people like them sometimes. But it's more of a hobby thing. But at the same time, like it's nice being small. Like I don't ever want to be like, holy cow, I've got a month and a half backup of coils, and people have paid me money for coils, and like I've like someone's like, hey man, I want coils, and I'm like, cool, I've got 2 guys ahead of you. It'll take me 3 days, unless something crazy comes up with my daughter or son. Family, no matter what, first. I don't care if you bought $10,000 worth of coils. If something comes up with the family, you're gonna sit and wait. But yeah, it's more of a hobby and something I enjoy doing. And I've always said, like, I think both of us get a huge kick out of someone getting coils and being like, man, this is a good coil. I like this. Can I get more? And it's just like, this is so cool. Like, I like my coils, and I know Tex likes his coils. But hearing somebody else say they like them, or like someone coming back and hey man, those coils you sent me last time are really good. Let me get a couple more sets. Like it's a great feeling. Hoping to keep somebody off cigarettes. Giving them a safer alternative than a combustible cigarette is a super cool feeling.
What the? That bottle did not want to open.
Gotta smack it around a little bit there, Spike.
I had
twist and jiggle. Yeah. Twist and jiggle.
Oh, I thought you were like trying to like end the show real quick, and you and me were twisting and jiggling. I mean, Chad's military man. He's down probably.
It's not. No, it's not Thursday, bro.
Well, shit. Mike says, Juan, I will say with everyone telling you about Ramrod and Rip It, care package is awesome too. Yeah, so Mike just got some stuff from Chad, and he's been loving it. I feel like we're converting quite a few people, so it's super cool. Like I said, everybody that's tried it has really liked it. And Juan, if you get something you don't like, I know Tex will probably blow you for some Ramrod.
Yep.
Or he'll make you more coils. That is the one good thing about having a service in the vape scheme realm. Someone's like, man, I don't have any money. And I'm like, okay, you got anything you want to trade? I'll make you some coils if you want to trade some stuff. Like Juan in chat, he sent me a squonk mod that he didn't use anymore. And I sent him I think 6 or 7 sets of coils. And Tex had gotten a mod off of him, and he sent him a bunch of fancy coils. And it's just like, yeah, I've got a service I can provide for you if you're willing to come off, some of this or some of that. Like, yeah.
Ooh, I might have to break my squonk out.
Yeah, these 5 cores right here are for Juan.
Juan said, oh, I'll buy it just for that chance, LOL.
Yeah, 23 is the year the squonk is coming back mainstream. It's
good Lord, I hope it doesn't. Did I say that out loud?
You did.
Let's make Mex a thing again. Like,
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. Let's make Mex a thing.
Well, see, so in my eyes, the stuff never goes away. It just stops being so mainstream.
Yeah.
And especially with AIOs and Boro devices, they've gotten huge again. just because it seemed like a lot of the mech stuff, a lot of the RDA stuff started dying down. And, you know, a lot of high-end companies, you know, China's even getting on it. You know, a lot of people are jumping in on it. And speaking of Boro stuff, old Cream in My Pants over there, he told us that he heard about the 21700 stubby. What did you say it was called next? The stubby 21?
Yeah, apparently it got leaked on the website. Like people were trying to buy it. And apparently it actually went through, and they had to refund people money, and then they took it off the website. But yeah, it was like closer to like $200 or something like that. What people were saying, and yeah, it's just called the Stubby 21. I was really hoping they were going to go with the Chubby.
The Chubby would have been great. And then we were talking earlier, they're coming out with a 21700 Cthulhu?
Yeah, the new Cthulhu 21700.
And it's going to do 85 watts. But yeah, no, like it like comes and goes. Like I know guys that have never given up on squonking. Like my one buddy that lives like an hour and a half away around Raleigh, and he came over a couple months ago. I bought some stuff off of him, and he was bored, and he was like, "I'll drive it down to you." And I was like, "Dude, you can mail it to me. It'll be here in 2 days." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm bored. I'll just come drive to you." And I was like, "All right, whatever, man. Like I'd love to meet you." So Adam drives out here. And he, like no joke, comes in my house with this Pelican case. First time I've met the guy in person. He comes walking in the house with the Pelican case, and I'm like, you got like a kilo of Coke in there? Like, what's going on? And he's like, no, I got about $5,000 worth of squonk mods. And I said, what? And he opens this case up, and there was like 4 squonk mods in there that were like Kryptonian. You know, I think there was some stripper glitter in there. And then he had a couple, probably like 4, another like, you know, $3-4 grand in mech mods, and I was just like, holy cow! Like I was looking.
Hey man, don't knock the Pelican case, okay?
Hey, don't make me grab the ammo can. I'll grab the ammo can real quick.
I understand the pain.
I'm going to do it because this is probably my favorite vape thing that I've ever gotten. So, like I said, I've known Chad for a while. I've ordered a decent amount of juice from him, nothing crazy. But I messaged him one day, and I'm like, hey, man, I need some juice. Roger, what you need? Send it. And I sent him, man, it was like, I think like over $250. Like it was a pretty good juice order. And he was like, wait, are those numbers right? And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, let me know a price. It's been a while since I ordered. So, yeah, like, we'll say $250. And I was like, cool. He's like, you're sure you want that much juice? I was like, yes. I sent him the money. A couple days. And like, this is when Chad was still in Texas. A couple days, like 2 days. And, you know, it's at the front door. And I'm like, holy cow, like what do you, like, I know you're Air Force. Who do you pay off at the mail service? Like, what do you have, like F-16s that like fly out this way and you just like Amazon drone drop? Like and now he's like 3 hours away from me, and it's even faster. But I got on the front porch, and there's a big box outside. And I'm like, okay, that's not 50 cal. And I look down, and sure enough, it's 50 cal. And I'm like, why is this box so big? And I go to pick the box up, and it weighed like 75 pounds. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like what did he do? Like I did not order 20 pounds of e-liquid. So I picked the box up off the front porch. I'm walking inside, and I'm just like, I'm scratching my head, like, what is going on? I open it up, and this is what's inside.
That's awesome.
A 50 cal ammo can. Coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it's got the 50 cal e-liquid logo on it. My light in here sucks, sorry, but it's got a little Sergeant Juice guy on there. So yeah,
that's awesome.
that's my limited edition, special edition custom 50 cal ammo can. It was the coolest thing ever, and I messaged him and I was like, bro, that is so cool. Now for me, like every now and then when I send coils, I'll like steal one of my kids' crayons and break them in half and like randomly drop crayons in the bag. So if you ever get a crayon in your coil order, consider yourself special. Okay. I need to start doing it more. I need to like go to Costco or Sam's Club and get like a bulk thing of crayons. But the first time I did it, it was one of my Air Force buddies. And I broke it in half and put it in there. And he messaged me and he was like, bro, did you get hungry when you were packing up my coils? And I was like, yes, I did. Took a little bite, dropped the rest in there to send you a snack too. Gotta have fun with it. Got to. We're almost at 11 o'clock. Good gracious.
Holy shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I'm old.
Dude, you're in the right place. I think Texas 39. I hit 38 in December. I think Spike's the young one out of us.
No,
Yeah.
I'll be 38 in July.
Yeah.
Oh, bless your heart.
Wait. Sorry. I lied. I'm 19. I forgot I'm 19.
21.
I fucking wish I was 19 still.
Fuck that. I'm loving this. I'm about to be 43. I'm loving it.
Dude, no,
Good lord.
I get the whole like wanting to be young again and stuff, but like man, like I'm minus how bad my body hurts all the time. 38 is not so bad.
Oh, that's funny as hell. When you get a sec, check the general chat.
I don't know, man. I was an idiot when I was younger, so I don't know if I want to go back to that. I like where I'm at.
No, it's not bad. Oh, it's a box of red crayons. Box full red crayons for $7 or $13. Nice.
Look at that.
That's hilarious, Mike.
50 crayons, $13 isn't bad.
That's a full meal for $13, bro.
It really is. It really is. We got basketball games tomorrow. And as much as I love my son playing basketball, I cannot wait for it to be over. He has practice Friday nights, 7:30 to 8:30, and my son's 13. And I believe Chad's got some. You just have is the one girl a teenager? You don't have two teenagers, do you? Just the one's like 18 going on 75.
No, she's 13 going on 30.
Hey, look, real talk. We need to set up an arranged marriage between her and Carter. I'm just saying, like, dowry. Like, man, my neighbor's got some chickens behind me. I can grab some of his chickens, like, and some coils, and like, you can throw some e-liquid at the ceremony. Like, I'm thinking we can do this.
We're throwing, fuck the right. We'll throw 60 ml bottles.
Yep. But man, so like. And like, man, teenagers, like, it's like once they hit 13, it just everything changes. And so I'm like, all right, Carter, it's 8:30, let's go. And he's like taking 25 minutes to get off the damn practice court. And then we have games Saturday, so it's like Friday and Saturday are always chaos for us. But I love that he plays sports, and I encourage it. But at the same time, it'll be nice to not be, balls to the walls Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. Shit, I'm just installing a camera system in my truck tomorrow. And then,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go out back and pew pew because I got my new toy,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, what'd you get?
the CZ Scorpion.
Oh, okay.
Nice, nice. So, Chad, it looks like you have a message from Sam and Juan for some juice.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, I'm on my phone. I'll hit y'all as soon as I get off this joint.
Night,
Yeah.
Sam.
All right, Sam, have a good night, brother.
I feel terrible because I have not taken my AR out in ages to shoot. It's been
Well, if you ever want to take a 4.5-hour trip up north, I got a range in my backyard.
bro, don't tempt me with a good time.
And I just picked up my my 50-round drum for my AR.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. You better simmer.
So when I was in Iraq in 2008. That was my first deployment, and we were, even though we were infantry, the mission, like, we got attached to a Navy EOD team, and we were their QRF, Quick Reaction Force, for anybody that doesn't know what QRF is. So
Were you at Leatherneck?
no, we were at Al Assad.
Okay.
Which was we were in Al Assad at the Al Qaim Air Force Base. It used to be an Iraqi Air Force base.
Mhm.
So when the Navy bomb techs, the EOD, explosive ordnance disposal, when EOD would get a call, our group of Marines would provide overwatch for them, so they could focus on just taking care of the bombs, getting the IED dismantled, if there was like a rocket that hadn't exploded, whatever, like we provided them security so they could do their jobs. So, and the coolest thing about like Navy and their bomb tech EOD guys was like they were kind of regarded like special forces guys. Like they could just walk, go to their armory and be like, "Hey, I want to get my rifle out." Like one dude go up there. Like in the Marine Corps, that's unheard of. Like you need like your whole platoon to go get weapons out. Like it's this big show and dance to go get your rifle. Like you just can't go get your rifle out of the armory and go shoot it whenever you want. Stupidest thing ever. The Navy guys could. They could also customize and modify their weapons while they were enlisted, or while they were active duty. It was like that was their weapon till they died, basically. And so they could paint it, they could all kinds of stuff, and they didn't really care like what they brought with them. So we're out at the range one day shooting, and one of the EOD guys comes walking up and he pulls out his AR and he's got this 100-round drum attached to it. And because they were kind of like in the same classification as like special operations, that they were like, yeah, we're just below Navy SEALs. And it's like, bullshit. No, you're not. Like, you get to do some cool stuff, but you're not like a Navy SEAL. But their M4s would go fully automatic. And so he's out there with his 100-round drum on his M4, just unleashing it. Oh, it was the coolest thing ever. It was so freaking sweet.
Yeah, what you need to do is you need to get a Franklin binary trigger on your AR.
I have heard
Those are
some fun stuff about
Those
binaries.
are really fun.
It's 1 round on the trigger pull, 1 round on the trigger release.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong.
No, you really can't. When you're shooting 7,000 rounds per second, that gets pretty dangerous.
Oh, only if you hurt somebody.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys want to call it? It's almost 11, and I am getting tired.
We
Here,
definitely
give me
could.
1 second.
Uh-oh.
I am taking a couple photos, and I'm going to send them to the group, and if Spike can throw
Ooh.
them up on the...
Oh, do you say? Yeah, of course.
OnlyFans. All right.
Mm-hmm. Busted out the macro lens
Heyo.
with the 10x optic on front.
Like you said, things look bigger in your hand.
Did you do the infrared thermal scope?
No, not this time. It's not that kind of OF.
Ah, man.
But these are unedited. just raw photos.
Okay, so I need to go over here. Okay, now I'm ready.
Sending.
Oh, that group. Okay. Oh, those are a bunch of just sexiness.
I could clean them up a little bit so you get a little bit more detail, but
Bam.
the 5 cores are what I just finished spinning, and those are for one. Those are all NI90 38 gauge.
Oh shit.
And that's a little saturation shot for you. That's the one I was talking about. It's got 3 round cores, and then the rest of that in between is ribbon.
Nice.
Look at the pockets in that.
Dude, it's phenomenal vape. I have them in this silvered out battle deck.
Oh.
On my Viking.
Oh, nice.
And that's a dead battery. Hold on, I've been vaping this all day today. It's dead. I think these mine mount to a 0.06, and I think ones are 0.05.
Oh, nice. So
So like the ones that I did with the 3 cores, the SSFC variant, mine are 6 ply, ones are 10 ply.
Nice.
So
Nice.
his are going to be like 0.05, 0.06, like closer to 0.05.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm making some really nice stuff.
Right on.
In honor of Chad being here, my closing shots will be Ramrod. I've got those massive Fralians in the Valhalla, and we're doing 360 watts on a 0.14. Yeah.
What am I-
Juicy. I'm not sure if you can see all the little spurts coming off of that.
A little
It's
bit.
so juicy.
It's Burton.
A little bit.
Spartan.
All right,
Are we doing
guys.
closing shots. All right,
Yeah.
I got my ramrod ready.
I'm ramrodding it too.
Damn.
I'm gonna ramrod
Man, I really,
Chad. What?
Wait, what?
I'm really trying to like this Asgard 25, man, but I can't. I can't do it. I'm gonna have to get rid of it, I think.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh well, I got better RDAs. Heh.
Got him.
But
Well, I got a bunch of bellows for my closing shots.
There you
Oh.
go.
Hey.
Hey,
nice.
your closing shots are getting shirtless and pouring it on you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's an OF I would definitely pay to see.
Yeah, I'd subscribe to that premium tier.
Or you can go with the rippets.
Ooh, maybe a rip it bellow action, like one in each hand, and just kind of.
Whoa, simmer down there. You can't put your hands up like that. Yes, sir. You're gonna get banned.
Oh, that's
It's gonna
great.
straight turn into Skinamax over here.
Oh shit. But yeah, closing shots.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
Oh, I gotta do that too.
It is.
Oh yeah,
All right.
on the drop V1.
Hey, that was a banger RDA. But all right, guys, I want to thank everyone for coming out, checking out the stream. I want to thank Chad most of all for coming out, telling us about his company. You guys want to check out some 50 cal? Like I said, there is a pinned post in the WarNation group. So go check it out. Get on some good juice. But all right, guys, we will all catch you next week. See ya.
Hey, guys.